Welcome and thanks for joining us here on the Owatonna Today Show. I'm Deb Gillard, your host of the program, and today is Wednesday, May 30th. Thanks so much for joining us and hope you had a great Memorial Day weekend. We of course did not see you on Monday with the holiday, but ran our Friday's program throughout so that we could have a little vacation, and Charter actually is not able to switch our programs on that day as well. So that one got to run through on Monday, but we're back with you for a new short week here for Memorial Week. We, of course, thank you whether you're joining us on Charter Channel 8, cable TV in the Owatonna area, or out on the internet, as you can find us on Facebook. If you do go searching for us there and you find Owatonna Today Show, like us, you'll get notifications when we have our new shows uploaded, the ones that we have been filming. And you can also find us if you search through YouTube or Google or any of those areas. You'll get a chance to either let somebody know outside of the Owatonna area that they can watch the Owatonna Today Show, or for yourself if you happen to miss something that you wanted to see. We also welcome your ideas for guests and show topics and information that we pass along at the end of the program about events going on in the community. So please do take note of our email address on the screen throughout the course of the program and our cell phone numbers, and you can get a hold of us in any of those ways. We have a very good show coming up for you today. First of all, we'll be heading out on location. We had the opportunity to meet the recently honored Owatonna Teacher of the Year, Jim Kiefer, and it was a pleasure to sit in his classroom and get to know him a little bit better. Back in studio after that to talk about the Retrofit Companies and their E-Cycling Day, a little bit more about their business when we come back in studio later on. So let's take this first break for our supporters and head to Owatonna High School. Please stay with us.
I'm Dan Branstead of Carlson Branstead & Company, Certified Public Accountants. We support the Owatonna Today Show.
Greetings from the site of your History Center. As you can see, construction is almost completed and we expect to begin moving in during January. We still need your help to raise the funds needed to burn the mortgage and reimburse our investors. We hope you'll consider a donation towards this new chapter in Steele County history today.
Owatonna Public Utilities, real people, real reliable, real progress. Making life a little easier day after day, taking pride in our community, listening to what you say, a voice you can talk to. We're growing with you in mind in everything we do. Owatonna Public Utilities.
Welcome to our Owatonna Today Show viewers. As you join us out on location, we are very happy to be in the confines of the Owatonna High School and very, very pleased to have with us the recently honored Owatonna Teacher of the Year, Jim Kiefer. How are you, sir?
Doing well, thank you.
Good, good. And you are a math teacher here at OHS, correct?
That's correct, yes.
So we're going to get to know a little bit more about now, as our viewers will remember, we were recently at the banquet that was honoring retirees, and we spoke with all of them, knowing at that point that the Teacher of the Year had not yet been chosen, but promising our viewers that we were going to interview whoever it was when it came about. So you were in very good company. Let's mention the other candidates that were up for the award.
Excellent company. I was very honored. It was Steve Benson, Doug Wanyas, Scott Noah, and Wendy Stefani. Okay. Amazing people. Yes.
Really?
Yes.
And explain again, I think we've probably covered this in the past when we've talked with other teachers of the year or teacher of the years, or however you would say that, but the process then is you're basically nominated from among your peers, correctly? Correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep, we're nominated and they narrow it down, and then it is voted upon throughout the district.
Okay. Interview, did you have to write something? Did you?
No, it was, I think it was basically upon what they know about you already.
Okay.
Yes, and then we were asked to write something about ourselves, and that went into a booklet that was shared with the district.
Okay. Can you encapsulate kind of what you wrote about yourself?
It was pretty much that, and we joked about it a little bit, that I was, quite honestly, I was horrified at first when I was nominated.
Okay.
And the reason why is because I'm quite literally in awe of the people I've worked with in this district. I've had the chance, I was on the Compass team, which meant I was allowed to go out into the district for a full year and work with professionals throughout the district.
Very nice.
So I worked with the elementary school teachers, and every day I was amazed at what they do.
Yeah.
I mean, the constant movement and activity.
A little different than
oh
here.
We have our movement and activity as well, but my goodness, they're so amazing.
Yeah.
And the junior high and at Willow Creek, I mean, and at the ALC, I mean, you'll find teachers, their passion for their students is unparalleled.
Yeah.
So that was one reason I was in awe of all the people that I have encountered But the second reason is because both of my kids have gone through this district. My son has graduated and he's off in college right now,
Okay.
and I know that every opportunity he could have ever wanted, he received here at Owatonna.
Isn't that nice?
And my daughter is also having an amazing opportunity to be educated in Owatonna. There's so much to offer for kids.
How old is she?
So she's a junior right now.
She's a junior.
Yeah,
Okay, so they get to pass through the ranks with Dad here at the school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So basically, from knowing the teachers in the district, from actually watching them, and also having my kids in their rooms, I'm in awe, and so I was somewhat horrified to be in a position like that.
And then felt that maybe you were maybe undeserving, but obviously you are. So that we can get to know you a little bit better, your teaching career started, did you always know you wanted to be a teacher? That's one of the questions I usually ask, and my answers are quite varied.
Yeah, no, that's quite all right. I didn't always know I wanted to be a teacher.
Okay.
A lot of people say they've always known.
Yep.
I didn't. I mostly chose that path because my older brother was, and
Okay.
I always looked up to and respected my older brother.
All right.
And he was a chemistry teacher.
Okay.
And when I was in college, my parents always told me, you will take math, science, and English, and beyond that, do what you want with yourself. I actually thought I was going to be an art teacher because I had an art major. Math was quite difficult for me. And
Really?
I really had to work hard at math.
Wow.
So I think actually that's given me a different insight into working with kids, because if a student is struggling, I totally get it.
You understand.
I understand, and I totally get it.
Yeah,
So-
yeah, because it wasn't just a slam dunk.
Oh,
It's,
gosh.
you know, and it's the way all of our brains are wired and everything, and some are wired to really go that way, but you
Yeah.
had to work a little extra harder.
Oh, yeah, I really had to work hard at math.
Okay,
So
okay.
when I graduated, I had both an art and a math emphasis, a math
Okay.
degree. So
Okay, but you did start teaching, and when you started, where exactly did you end up?
my first teaching job was in Colorado.
Okay.
And it was beautiful. It was a small town way out in the mountains. I enjoyed
Sounds
it quite a bit.
beautiful.
I was the only math teacher in the building.
Okay.
So I had to learn a lot really fast as far as how all the math courses were pulled together
Okay.
and related. It was the best thing that ever could have happened to me.
Really?
It was the toughest year of teaching I've ever had. But
A lot
it
of
was the
hats.
best thing. Oh my goodness, yes.
Okay.
Yeah. And I taught there for a couple of years, and then my wife and I decided to start a family, and we wanted to move back closer to our own family, and that's why we came back to Minnesota.
Okay,
And I taught for about 6 years in Plainview, Minnesota.
all right.
Small town, again, a wonderful experience because it was a building that was K through 12. So I could walk around, I could see the elementary school, I could see the middle school, I could see the high school. It was amazing.
There's some interesting dynamics, I think, that happen when there are that many kids
It's-
in one building. There's so much opportunity for role models and mentorship and kids to look up to other kids
Yeah,
and
and
things like
unfortunately, it
that.
seems like we go further and further away from that model because it's not as cost effective.
Right.
But that was a wonderful experience. And
Okay.
then my wife went back to college to become a sign language interpreter.
Mm-hmm.
So we took a position over here so that she could be near the Deaf Academy.
Okay,
And so I've been in
and-
Owatonna for about 12 years now.
Okay, and that is where she works?
She did, and
Did-
that's
okay.
a longer story. Now she does
Okay.
vocational rehabilitation for the deaf and hard of hearing.
Well, good for her and for you as well. And so for the last 10 years you've been here and teaching math in which subjects? A particular subject only?
It pretty much ranges
Okay.
from algebra through pre-calculus.
Okay, all right. And, you know, I have to tell folks that on the day that we're here, we're coming after school, and there was a young lady who stopped in to get her test, and she
Yeah.
had some good results. She was going to
Yeah.
put them on the refrigerator or something
Yeah.
for her parents to see, and we've got a couple others in here working. So your day doesn't stop at, you know, when the school day ends at 2:30, and there are papers to grade and things to do and all those sort of things. But we hope that will plan on staying here into the future. It sounds like you are a much loved teacher, and I mean your student. You can tell by the reactions that they have with you and the nice familiarity and everything that you have that they appreciate the work that you do with them. So we hope you're planning on staying here. Is that, do I say that with
Absolutely.
confidence?
Yeah, I
Okay.
have no intentions to leave. It's
Sounds
a
like you
beautiful
like
community.
Owatonna.
I love
Good.
Owatonna. Yeah, it's a beautiful community.
Good, good. Now, we know that you go on from this position to vie for, if you will, or to be considered for Minnesota Teacher of the Year. And what do you prepare for to do that?
I don't know the entire thing yet, but it's apparently quite a bit. I'll be videotaping my classroom so they can see me in the classroom.
In action?
Yeah, and take a lot of photographs in the classroom of me working with
Okay.
students. So all the things I pretty much feel awkward with because I don't like being videotaped. Or
Including being on the Owatonna Today show, I might add. But
and then I will have to, I guess, accumulate at least 30 recommendations.
okay,
So it's quite extensive.
It
and
is.
put together an enormous portfolio.
Okay.
So it's not small process.
And when does that happen then, do you remember?
The entire process takes 1 year.
Okay.
In fact, the Teacher of the Year for the state of Minnesota is announced about a week or two before the position is, so it takes a full year to go through.
So that just happened from last year's Teacher of the Year. That were coming from all the different communities, and then Minnesota announces theirs too.
Yeah, he just finished that process, so it takes quite some time.
Okay, well it is. Well, you'll be here, so you'll be working in that among other things. And we notice here too, this was obviously done by students. We had to locate ourselves where we get a little bit of the kudos here. Thank you for all you do. You inspire us, Teacher of the Year, and that's from your students. And I love your classroom because you've written there's a lot of inspirational things going on, and you can tell you're like charged by that. What?
No, it's just no, it's all good.
Okay, but there's quotes all over, and it's great, and it's from you, it's from the kids, students, and not necessarily related to math. I think I saw one over there that was something about getting back up in the saddle and whatever. It was John Wayne. It was a John Wayne quote, and it was very nice.
Yeah, we've quoted Yoda, John Wayne,
well,
all the greats.
Okay. Favorite things about teaching? I know it's really hard to take 20-some years of teaching and funnel it down, but what makes you keep wanting to come to work every day and do this with the students?
It's truly the kids.
Is it?
There is no other reason.
Yeah.
It is the kids. It's I've always been kind of an underdog sort of person.
Mm-hmm.
I always fight for the underdog, and to see any student work like crazy and really struggle with something, and then have that moment where all of a sudden it clicks and they get it, and then they feel that sense of mastery. Just to be present, it's quite an honor.
To be there, and I imagine that's happened any number of times over the years for you too. So, well, it's an amazing thing, I think, to be a teacher, and I really mean that. It's just I know we were interviewing some of the retirees, and I think it was Dr. Eichmann who said, no, she had not planned on always being a teacher, but she was thinking about what could I do to impact a lot of lives, and all of a sudden, bing, her light bulb went off, and it was, well, I could be a teacher, and obviously she's been a very, very competent and capable teacher, and a wonderful teacher over the years for many students as well. And I hear that so much. It's you get from the students as much as you give to the students, and so congratulations. It's very much an honor for you, and an honor to have you in the community and doing what you do here. And best of luck as you continue forward then with the Minnesota Teacher of the Year.
Thank you
congratulations.
very much. I appreciate it.
Thanks for having us in your classroom, Jim.
Thank
All right. With Jim Kiefer, Owatonna Teacher of the Year here at the Owatonna High School, and we thank our Owatonna Today Show viewers for joining us on location.
Hi, this is Barry Gillespie, President of ERA Gillespie Real Estate, where our pledge is to save you money, save you time, and simplify your life. And we're proud supporters of the Owatonna Today Show.
Hi, I'm Rick Smith, Golf Course Superintendent of the Brooktree Golf Course. Brooktree is an 18-hole championship golf course featuring well-manicured greens, tees, and fairways. We are open to the public. I challenge you to find a better maintained golf course for the money we charge here at Brooktree. Come on out and play Brooktree, a great golf course.
Hello, I'm Matthew Camp, the new plastic surgeon at Mayo Clinic Health System of Owatonna and Albert Lea. I trained in medical school at Wake Forest in North Carolina and completed plastic surgery training in Southern California at Loma Linda. Plastic surgeons provide a wide range of aesthetic and reconstructive surgery. We operate from head to toe. I look forward to meeting you.
Hi, I'm Amy Swain of Amy Swain Hearing Centers. I know that buying a hearing aid can be confusing and difficult. My job is to make that easier for you. With 18 years of experience with many different brands of hearing instruments, I can help you make the best choice. Remember, when purchasing a hearing aid, you are entitled to a trial period, and during that trial period, if you are not satisfied, then you can try a different brand or style. At Amy Swain Hearing Centers of Owatonna, Austin, and Waseca, we believe you deserve to hear better.
It's a beautiful night. What are you guys going to be doing tonight?
Well, I figured Jess and I are going to hang out for a little while. We're going to head down maybe to Mineral Springs and go frisbee golfing. And then I figured we grab a bite to eat and then go hit the late show at the movie theater.
Sounds like fun.
Yeah, figured I'd be back around 11:30.
Okay. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of people.
Mom would freak if she ever knew that I was really going down to the park to drink with some guys and smoke some weed. And then after that, we're going to Jess's house to party with some more guys. Oh my goodness, she's going to freak if she ever finds out. But it won't matter. She won't find out. We're going to have a blast.
So who are you going to meet down at Mineral Springs?
Well, Jess and I are going to go down together, and then maybe we'll meet up with the guys.
Which guys?
Alex and Jacob.
That's Alex Johnson and Jacob.
Jacob Smith.
Okay, I'm not sure that I've met Jacob Smith yet. His parents are who?
Marcy and Dan Smith.
Okay. And I thought that Alex was grounded.
Well, I think that he just got his...
Welcome back, and thanks again for joining us on this Wednesday, May 30th. We hope you enjoyed meeting Jim Kiefer with us. Sounds like a great teacher and definitely worthy of the acknowledgement. As I mentioned, back in studio to talk retrofit companies, and we're going to introduce the two women with us. Michelle Gwin, how are you?
I'm doing really well.
Good. And Allison Akre, am I pronouncing that correctly?
Yep, it's Akre.
Okay. So let's get to know you just a little bit better before we start talking about all the things we need to get into. And Michelle, you're originally, both of you, I think, born and raised here, right?
Native, Owatonna.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Been here for a long time.
Okay. Settled with family, kids, and
Not telling.
how long have you been on this earth? We don't have to go there. No, we don't have to get that personal. I said we would do a little bit of bio, but we don't have to go that far. So didn't go away and come back. Have remained firmly planted here and love it in the Owatonna area.
I do. It's a good place to raise kids and work for a great company.
How long have you been there?
It'll be 4 years in September.
Good for you. Okay. And Allison, born and raised here as well. Took some time away from the.
I did. Yep. I was born here. Graduated high school here. Spent most of my 20s in the Minneapolis, St. Louis Park area.
Okay.
Moved back here in 2006 and bought a house, and
now you're settled.
Now I'm settled, yeah.
And you've been with the retrofit companies for how long?
Let's see. Well, 3.5 years.
Okay,
yep.
So about the same time. And just so we know your titles, I'm going to try to get these right. Allison is a lighting consultant. Michelle is inside sales and corporate trainer.
Correct.
Did I get that right? See, I write things down sometimes.
Yeah,
I get them right, but there you go. So we're here to talk about a couple of different aspects of the business, and as we know, there are actually 4 components to the retrofit companies, and they are, again, for our viewers?
Recycling, supply, which is like light bulbs and ballasts, anything
supplies.
that would have to do with lighting, which is the 3rd division, and then electrical service, like service calls, maybe adding some electrical outlets, or could be a variation of anything.
Okay.
Kind of tie everything together.
Okay. And this location, or you actually have been in business now 20 years. We were just talking ahead of time. This is 20th anniversary.
It's an exciting year for us.
It is. And you know what? It's really funny because I was actually working in a business up here in the West Hills building when they were still an incubator business located right down the hall from here.
That's right.
And of course, grown amazingly, and one of the incubator success stories, I might say, here in the Owatonna area, and have done really well. Now you have a second location too?
We do, Little Canada.
Okay. Okay. To kind of put you in the Twin Cities area?
Yeah, it's a drop site for recycling, as the Owatonna one is for the Owatonna residents and small businesses here. We also have one for, in Little Canada, it's for Ramsey County and the surrounding areas, residential drop site for light bulbs and batteries and ballasts and things like that.
Well, let's talk about that. That's a really important aspect of why we have you here today. And we do have the, I don't know if we call it the E-Cycling Day, but electronic recycling, and that is coming up this Saturday.
Yes.
This is a great opportunity for people to get rid of those things that are sitting there, broken, don't work. What do I do with them? All my electronics, and we know we need to dispose of them properly, and this is a great opportunity to do it.
Absolutely. This year we're offering some fantastic pricing on anything with a screen, which could be a TV or a monitor. They're all $5, no matter what size they are.
Wow. Okay.
Anything else, the smaller stuff, printers, smaller electronics, are all free.
Mice and keyboards.
So.
Is it mice, really? Do we call it mice when it's
Mouses?
mouses? I don't know. I was looking at that and going, do we do we take a little handheld mouse and give it the same thing as a mouse? But anyway, we know what we're talking about. But all those types of controllers and things like that go along with it. They're all free.
They are.
To recycle, okay. Circuit boards, I'm just kind of looking at some of the things people might think. Maybe you have an old VCR or DVD player or something that's not working, you don't use a VHS.
Free.
It's amazing how many things we can accumulate and have sitting down in places.
Yep, time to empty out that corner in the basement.
Or the printer that poops out on us, and we go get a new one and we go, okay, what do we do with this? Now, there are always, am I correct, and there's always an opportunity to bring things out to retrofit companies?
We offer drop-offs Monday through Friday. I believe it's from 8 until 4. and it could be commercial or residential.
Okay.
So, but this is just a discounted rate,
For
something
residential.
that we're offering to the residents that maybe will get them to come and drop something off that they've been hanging on to for cost purposes.
Well, and it's a great reason to collect it all in my trunk or in the back of my car or whatever, and just say, okay, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna get rid of this all. And these are really good prices. We know that there's a cost involved to taking care of those and getting rid of the recycled products. And again, the reason for that is so our viewers understand that it's not just these don't just go someplace. They
don't. They go through, there's labor involved, there's transportation involved. Everything that we recycle, if it's any kind of universal waste such as bulbs, ballasts, batteries, they're all recycled in the United States. So there's cost involved in recycling, going through the process of bulbs. The bulbs are broken down, the glass is separated, the mercury is taken out, the end caps are recycled. So everything has a cost, and we try to keep it at a minimal as trying to provide a good service so people can do the right thing.
You know, and you mentioned something there. We're talking about things that are in all these items that are very dangerous. That's the reason they're not to go out in your garbage, and they're not to just to be left by the wayside, you know, in a ditch or something like that. There's mercury, there's things involved in those that need to be removed very carefully and recycled properly and disposed of properly.
And Minnesota is one of the states that has zero tolerance for landfilling any kind of mercury component. So
you really need to be conscientious
regardless
about
if you're a resident or if you're a business.
Okay. And then these all go to, you mentioned, we were talking ahead of time,
Our
Chicago?
end facility is Vintage Tech Recyclers in Illinois.
Okay.
And they do all the electronic recycling right there. Nothing leaves the country, so.
Okay. They pull everything apart, all the things that Michelle was talking about, and repurpose them if they're able to.
Yeah, but all gets
them
turned
in any way.
into, you know, something else. It's recycled,
So great opportunity for you. And again, that's going to be at the Retrofit Companies. It's this Saturday, June 2nd, and going on from 9 to noon. So load it up, head on out there. You guys will just run them through like an assembly line, right?
It is. It's slick. You drive in and we empty your trunk.
Okay.
And it's
you're done
slick.
with that. Get rid of all those things that have been sitting around. That is a great, great service, and we love having you come on and talk about that and the opportunity for people to do that. They don't have to necessarily get rid of them in onesie-twosies. They don't have to drive down to the landfill. We know that's an opportunity. But again, these are great prices too.
Absolutely.
We want to leave just a little bit of time also for Allison to talk about a little bit about what you do at the company as a lighting consultant. What kinds of things do you handle with customers?
Well, I'm our representative for southeastern Minnesota, so kind of Northfield over to Red Wing on down east of 35, that's my territory. We basically go into a facility, even, you know, building like this, do a lighting study, we count all the fixtures, take into consideration any dimmers or sensors, things like that, kind of put together a study. There's an analysis that we do so that you can see the proposed upgrade or, you know, lighting system that we propose. You can see the return on your investment, the energy saved, basically the total cost. There's a lot of times rebates involved through the, you know, local utility providers. So that's what I do. I go out and help businesses lower their energy costs.
I would imagine there's still plenty out there, even though it's been being done for quite some time and businesses have retrofit over time if they've remodeled, but I would guess that there's still a huge market for you to come.
The technology's always changing, so just when you know, become efficient, you know, a few years later, something comes in.
And they change the rules.
Well, and then something comes in that can save you even more energy, and if it makes sense, it makes sense, you know. So if you can lower your costs and there's a fast turn on that investment, return on that investment.
So if anyone who happens to be watching or knows someone that's interested in having you come and do that, and at least make the analysis and the assessment for them.
Oh, sure, we can do that for no cost. We do a no-cost analysis, so if it's just something you're kicking around, give me a call.
She's your gal to talk to. So, well, we thank you very much for coming on the program and letting us know about the Electronic Recycling Day. Again, 9 to noon, this coming Saturday. If they want to give a call or check the website, I know we've got your contact information there for more information from either of you on anything that we talked about or the recycling day, and we hope for a profitable one. Will you let us know how much
weather.
And good weather.
Good
Yes,
weather.
that always helps.
Yes.
Will you let us know how much stuff you got
Yeah,
afterwards?
absolutely.
Okay,
We can
update us if you want to.
Yeah,
All right.
absolutely. we'll
Michelle
do
and
that.
Allison, thank you so much for
Thank
joining
you.
us, and
Thank
have a
you.
successful day on Saturday.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Okay, we'll take a break for our supporters, and we'll be right back to wrap up for today.
Hi, I'm Molly Tichenel, manager and personal trainer at Snap Fitness, your 24-hour fitness solution. Snap Fitness is a proud sponsor of the Owatonna Today Show.
Hello, I'm Shawn McNulty with the Sterling House Assisted Living, a part of Brookdale Senior Living. Our mission is to enrich the lives of those we serve with compassion, respect, excellence, and integrity. We are a proud sponsor of the Owatonna Today Show.
Hi, I'm Jan Hansen, and I am at A+ So and Back, the fun place to be. We are proud supporters of the Owatonna Today Show.
Welcome back, and it's time to wrap up for
So,
today
Tess,
on this
tell me
Wednesday,
again
May
what your
30th.
plans
With
are
a
for
few
Friday.
announcements, we want to remind you the Center for Family Unity is having their Night to Prevent Child Abuse, and that is going on at the Eagles Club this Friday, June 1st. It starts at 7 o'clock. Tickets are $25 for one. Two people get in for $40, and there's all sorts of things going on there. Silent auction, entertainment, hors d'oeuvres, and all sorts of things, all to benefit the Center for Family Unity. And that's kind of an event that tags along with the Golf to Prevent Child Abuse that goes on the next day at Brooktree, and it's kind of designed for those who may not be into golfing on that next day, but definitely want to support the Center for Family Unity. And so don't forget about that. If you're a golfer who still wants to take part, or you have a couple of people that are, you can give the Center for Family Unity a call, 363-1118. I'm sure they will still squeak you into golf if you'd like to. And you can also ask them about tickets for the Night to Prevent Child Abuse. A couple of great events coming up this weekend. Smokin' in Steel begins this Friday as well and goes on through Sunday. There'll be a whole lot of things going on at the fairgrounds. Lots of great music. We had them on last week, as you know, and we talked about all the different kinds of blues music and other great music that will be going on both in the beer gardens and live at Fair Square Park. $10 in advance for 2-day tickets, $8 a day at the door to get into some of those musical entertainment items. And I know they have a website as well to go on and find out more, Smokin' in Steel, just spell it all out.com. And they'll be there, and lots of great vendors will be offering their food, and there will be competitors in the barbecue area, and it should be a lot of fun. So I don't know, you can't help but smell it all over town. It's going to draw you right to the fairgrounds. It's going to be a great place to be there. They kind of finish up with their pancake breakfast on Sunday then for Smokin' in Steel. So make sure you, again, weather permitting, we're going to hope for really good weather this weekend and hope that all these activities can go on. We just mentioned, of course, the Retrofit Companies and their electronic recycling day that is going on Saturday from 9 to noon, so you don't want to forget that. Riverbend Nature Center is now getting ready for Summer Camp 2012. That begins in just over 3 weeks. If you're interested in getting your child registered for one of the fun and adventurous nature camps, they're designed for kids 10 to 12 and 13 to 16. Those are for the overnight camps, and all sorts of things are available for your kids to do at Riverbend this summer. If you'd like more information to find out what might suit you and your child, you can give them a call, Riverbend Nature Center. I don't know if I have their phone number right here. Yes, I do, 332-7151, or you can visit their website to find out more. Please join us on Friday as we head for the weekend. We'll have Representative Corey Kath here to recap the legislative session for us. We'll also be finding out about the business called Home Instead Senior Care. Please join us on Friday. Until then, have a great day.